GPT 5.5 is out. So
It's new AI day. It's new AI model day.
yeah, it is.
See, I very much look forward to in the future,
Mm-hmm.
once the AI systems become so good and so ubiquitous that no one alive except for us old geezers will ever remember that the AI was not a thing at some point. But then they remove the interface, and all we have is like a voice in the sky or from loudspeakers or whatever that can hear it from us, and we all think that it's like a deity that's speaking to us, and we think that we're doing all wrong. But until then, we're going to take these baby steps. We're going to help train the AI in order for it to get better and better and better. It's a brave new world, Peter. It's
Brave
a
New
brave
World.
new world.
Pretty sure there's like sci-fi books that are like that. Pretty sure I've read some sci-fi
Yeah.
books where the AI is so powerful and human beings have lived with it for so long they forget it's AI and it's actually they think it's gods.
That was always the problem with Star Trek. Why isn't the computer flying the ship? Why aren't they making the decision? Where's Captain Computer? But let's not revisit Star Trek right now. I want to talk about some of the. Well, I found that I keep referring to things that I thought are common knowledge
Mhm.
that people don't even know it exists. These things don't even know these things exist. So I was like, okay, let's go over some of the tools, just a few of the tools that you might want to keep in your back pocket when you are developing automated trading strategies, when you are trading manually on your chart. Let's go ahead and make use of these AI tools more and more and more. Now, when I'm talking about the AI tools, I'm not just talking about using Claude or Codex or anything like that. I'm saying that all the code now, all the code that took big brain people like me in order to understand, you guys can understand now too. People like Peter. People like Peter, where if a song is longer than 2 minutes, he sort of loses track of how the song started and what genre he's listening to. Now you have the power of AI at your fingertips, and these APIs and tools and MCPs or whatever that meant nothing to you before, now you can use them. Sounds good, Peter?
Sounds
You,
good.
you still with me?
I'm still with you. Let, let's start the show.
Yeah.
Welcome, traders, to Blueprint here at TradersPost for what is it, April 23rd,
23rd.
2026. I'm one of your hosts, Peter Hartman, part of the TradersPost marketing crew, joined as always by the great Tom Nostradamus Hartman, your friendly neighborhood coder. This episode is brought to you by Blue Sky, the best in class prop firm that offers same day activation, daily payouts, and no max restrictions. But we'll tell you more about them later. Today's stream, we'll be talking about Tom's favorite MCPs and APIs to use for AI assisted trading. As always, a quick reminder everything we build here is for educational and entertainment purposes only. We're here to showcase what's possible with automation, not promise profits or predict your portfolio's future. I just taught my daughter, 4 years old, what alliteration is. And she was like, huh? What? Hmm? What? So yeah. How you doing, Tom?
Pretty good. Pretty happy. Pretty happy. Every day I wake up
Mhm.
to fresh new horrors, but also fresh new joys,
Yes.
new things that I couldn't do before. So
Indeed.
pretty happy about it. Just a little correction. I'm not going to show you all the APIs and MCPs tools that I use. I just want to mention a few of them, just so they're bouncing around your noggin a little bit. Really upgrade your skill some.
Sounds good to me.
All right. So starting off, we've talked about before Polymarket, right? We've talked about Polymarket before, where I I can't believe that the API for Polymarket is free, right? So you can go to the let's go pull it up here. You can point your AI agent to the Polymarket documentation, and you get access to all kinds of information on the tool. So essentially, all the markets that you see there, all the information for those markets, you can use that information. So, for example, on the my own website, Sacred Profit website, instead of having to pull in data from the CME or try to get Fed data or whatever as to what the likelihood of a rate cut, rate increase, or rate pause is, I can go straight to the Polymarket API for free, gratos, and get that information.
I
Let me
can show
just pull
you.
it up. Yeah, go ahead and show me that on the dashboard.
So where do I
So
go to see that?
right there on the dashboard, right in the first column, you see those bars, horizontal bars. That exactly, that information there is showing me that, hey, in April there's a high chance. Well, we already held, but next month, if you click the little arrow next to it, it says, hey, there's a 93% chance that that we hold. And if you hover over all the different levels over there, you'll see a little tiny spark chart inside that lets me know how the probability has changed over since the market has been opened. This is information that if you went to the futures information, you'd have to pay for, right? You have to pay whatever monthly fee in order to get access to it. And here you can get it something that works as an equivalent for Polymarket, because those people are making bets based on the information that they're getting from um, directly from the sources and what have you. And so the results are pretty similar. The idea here that it would say hold, but really there's a 73% chance that they're going to cut. Well, that I've never seen. So it's pretty cool.
Sandro Azul in the chat is saying gratis. I think he means the Polymarket API, because he definitely doesn't
Correct.
mean sacredprofit.com.
No.
So it's free.
Although,
So all completely free? Why is it free? I don't understand. Why would it be free?
I think just for now. I think for eventually it's going to become paid, because Polymarket is soon going to actually trying to find the post for that. But Polymarket is soon going to be opening up to all kinds of new perpetual crypto futures contracts, 24/7 trading, and all across the board. I'll still could find out later on the announcement for it, but it's going to be pretty big. And the reason I mentioned the data for it is that U.S. citizens can't trade on Polymarket. You'd have to go to like Kalshi, KLSHI, in order to do this trading to get if you want to place those bets. But you can use the information in order to help inform your trades. So there's markets that I pay attention to all the time. Let's say for Polymarket, let me just run there real quick. Especially when I'm trading crypto, when I want to know something like, hey, is Bitcoin going to close, going to be above or below a certain price in April, on April 23rd? Let's actually go to tomorrow's. So tomorrow, I could see here that where we are right now, where were you with Bitcoin? We're around 77,723. So there's a 43% chance that it hits 78,000, 88% chance that it hits 76,000, and a 7% chance that it hits 80,000. Well, I like seeing these odds because it helps me inform if I wanted to place an options bet, if I wanted to place a not a Polymarket, a prop firm bet. I could use this information in the moment within this 20 hours to be like, hey, let me use this as a bullish or bearish trend. So I find this really, really cool. And for the tools that you can develop, it could be pretty fun.
Sandro says, just like IEX's Markets API, it won't be free forever.
That's right. That's fine. Once it becomes paid, we'll just move off to the next thing that's free. That's right. I'm a free and coupon chaser. Actually, while we're on this topic over here, I did want to mention, even though we're going to be talking about MCPs and APIs today, I wanted to touch back on to the Claude Artifact. So that's in the Claude desktop app, or even on the website, actually. You can create what's called artifacts. Think of them as mini apps within the AI interface. And over here, you're going to see I made one. I was like, hey, do people know that they can make their own charting software directly in the app? Did you know you could do this, Peter?
No, I did not.
Right. So like directly within the app over here, I just asked it to use a tool called Plotly, plotly.js. And this is an open source JavaScript charting library to create all kinds of different plots. And you look at this and you might not immediately see that you can actually make a TradingView clone, some lower level TradingView clone from this, right? I would imagine a bunch of you might have passed by this and you or not even seen it. But if you did, you'd be like, okay, I get it. It's for research, it's for analytics or whatever. That's what it's for. But you can make a full-on TradingView chart full-on TradingView chart, complete with you know, let me toss on an RSI, MACD, Bollinger
What?
Bands on my chart. It's a
What?
full-on active chart that's working here.
I don't understand. In artifacts?
In Artifact, this is an Artifact, exactly. So why might you want to do this? So you can put information in here. So you can overlay information for the price. You can over sentiment information. You can overlay Polymarket information. You can overlay options information in a way that you can't do in TradingView easily. And then I even just asked it, hey, create me a backtester. And then depending on what my strategy is, what my conditions or what have you, it can go ahead and create and run performance tests on these things. I'm going to run the back test, and now I can see an overview of my performance for this. So this is to piggyback on what we were talking about, I think last week when I said, hey, what if I wanted to have a backtester that was specifically geared towards strategies that would work with prop firms, right? So strategy might look good or bad on its own, but what if I wanted to know, well, how many prop firm accounts would I need to run through and for how long before I actually got a payout? And could I get a run of payouts that were enough to make it worthwhile, right? Give me an idea for different. I want to be able to switch between Apex and My Funded Futures and Blue Sky. Let me just go ahead and see what the different terms are, and it might be that you have a strategy that works, you know, terribly on Apex but wonderfully on Blue Sky because of how their settings are set up, and you know which account you would buy over there. Are you buying the 50,000, 150,000, and so on and so forth. And this is all done again. You don't have to download any software. You don't have to run anything in your terminal. You don't have to have a VS Code IDE. You don't have to do any of the complicated, scary programmer things. You don't even need GitHub, for crying out loud, because even within this interface, all the different versions of what I made are right here inside of the interface. I could always jump back there and continue from there or fork off or what have you. And I could always share this with somebody else if I wanted someone else to see it. Right? Super, super cool.
Yeah.
So you might be, yeah, so you might be like, hey, Tom, how did you get the data in here? Right? Are you connected to massive.com for the information? Are you connected to, like, where are you getting the pricing information? Well, this is where it becomes cool to, like, well, let me say it in this way. There's some places that will offer you free information that you can use that before was sort of like awkward to use because you have to create your own environment in order to do it. But now you can just do this. So I said, hey, I want to be able to connect to an API in order to get the information into the chart. And Claude said, well, I can't actually connect to the API because of security reasons. I can't connect directly from an artifact. But if you go over to Stook.com, this is STOOQ.com, which is one of those other websites I want to show you. If I head over there, I could go ahead and choose some stock. Let's say I choose Tesla. I could click on historical data on the left. Let me just scroll down so you can see historical data. And I could grab all the data from 2010 to 2026 for the daily. Most of these places won't give you intraday data. They'll give you daily and up. I could grab that. And then at the bottom of the page here, I could download that data as a CSV and then head back over to my Claude. And over here, it gave me a CSV upload area where I can click on the CSV, double click on the file, and now I have the information in my chart. And now I'm running those details. I'm running Tesla. All right. So I find this super cool to be able to have a TradingView like environment. And then I could decide to, hey, I wish TradingView worked in this sort of way. And I wish I could right click on the chart and this sort of happen. And I wish I could, do all kinds of different things. And you can make your own environment here, test out different strategies and what have you. Tom, would I be able to send signals out from this platform in order to connect directly to TradersPost? Yes, but we'll do that on another blueprint.
I want to shout out Sander Azul. Good to see you. Good to see you, Trey, Adventurer Trader. I'm the clock. Good to see you there. Don't care if you're late. Just happy that you're here. And hello to all the lurkers out there. Like the video if you like this type of content. We love doing it. Tom, that's pretty cool. Codex has artifacts now, if I'm not mistaken. Did you want to check out the launch video for GPT 5.5 real quick?
Yeah, let's see that.
All right, let me load that here. And then you can prepare what you want to tease what we're going to be hearing about next, or is there something?
Yeah, the next one is I'm sure you guys would be interested. Hey, is it possible to legitimately get options information, all that gamma information, call walls, put walls, zero flips that we keep talking about on price action live directly inside of your trading view? Yeah, there might be a way. We'll take a look after this.
All right. Tell me if you, well, hopefully you can hear the audio. Let's go.
I can't hear any audio right now. Explain. Did you share the
The shoe
chat?
can hear.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Whoops, 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 whoops. hang on a second. Hang on a second. Artifacts, baby. This is looking critical to me. Right, I'm gonna mute this song because I don't want to get a copyright strike here, and
Okay.
not really my kind of music. I'll tell you that. Anyway, it looks like there's artifacts in Codex now, so I'm gonna have to go and check that out. Quickly, Codex has eaten Claude's lunch. Tom, I think we're gonna have you over here.
I don't think
real
so.
soon. Real
I don't
soon.
think so, guys. I'm on Team Claude, and that's how it's going to stay. Look, the competition is becoming fierce. All right, this is Love Island level of competition that we're getting between these apps and us. I mean, we are the Bachelorette, and they are vying for our love. Between this on Codex, between what's going on with Claude, and then Grok, or
Rock build.
going to be purchasing Cursor in order to join the powers of Cursor and Grok together. Whew, whew. Oh, be still, my heart. Fantastic. All right. Well, we're going to be touching on the next thing, bringing options information into TradingView. Actually, we're just going to be talking about it a bit, but it's a next step that I think the TradingView AI chart Copilot provides to us, and we'll take a look at it after a word from our sponsor.
This episode is brought to you by Blue Sky. If you're looking for a prop firm built for real traders and that's automation friendly, meet Blue Sky. And when you pair it with TradersPost, it just clicks. Blue Sky is a best-in-class prop firm with same-day activation, daily payouts, and no max restrictions. They also offer launch plans starting at $49. And if you're a first-time subscriber, use coupon code WELCOME26 to get 50% off your launch plan. Get funded with Blue Sky, execute with TradersPost. Sign up today at bluesky.pro, that's BLUSKY.pro, and plug in your edge. Trading involves risk. Use proper risk management. And we're back. What is this?
So we've talked about massive.com as a source, an API source for stock information and options information, right? We've done this many, many times. In fact, we had a video earlier on the channel that shows us how we can use the options information that we get from over there in order to generate GEX data, right? Gamma exposure data. It's fantastic. The issue that I have over here is that it's not really tailored to the options experience in all the different derivatives that we're looking for. So for example, when we take a look at options on TradingView, if I click on the options in the sidebar, you'll notice that in this table with the different options, we're seeing all kinds of different things.
Wait,
like,
sorry, pause. How did you get there?
let's hear it.
What'd you click
So on TradingView,
Mhm.
if you're on TradingView on the right sidebar, you can scroll down past all this information on the right and then click on more options, and then you'll end up in the options chain. Or you can just click on the I forget what button is on the right side. I think it's this products button at the bottom right, and then options over here. And so then you get to the options table, and this is give you all the different strikes over whatever time frame you choose, and it has tons of useful information, right? You have implied volatility, volume, you have IV per bid ask, you have all kinds of information. If we scroll to the right, it's just all the Greeks. It's just so much information here, but it's not available to you on your chart as an indicator. Not yet anyway. It's not surfaced yet. So in the meantime, what if you wanted to be able to get information and calculate what are the different call walls and put walls? What are the different gamma levels? What are the 0 flips. These are all within the option space information that can give you support resistance levels as well as areas where the price can trend, like flip from one trend to another. And this is all information I would love to have within TradingView. Well, I was taking a look at this, and if we go to actually flashalpha.com, we're not sponsored by Massive. We're not sponsored from Flash Alpha or any of these things. So I'm just telling you this from the goodness of my own heart. But if they want to kick us a few bucks, I would not be against it. Flashalpha.com. They have an API that allows you to grab options information, real-time GEX information, the vol surface, and multi-Greek exposure over 6,000 tickers, computed per tick and delivered through the API. It has a very clean interface, so you can grab this API information. But Tom, I'm not a coder. I totally understand. Don't worry, baby bird. You're not going to be sitting here and having to go through the API yourself. You're going to feed this to your AI. What I wanted to bring up, though, is that Flash Alpha also has an MCP server. So if I go to flashalpha.com, click on the docs at the top, and then click on MCP server on the left, I will get to see here, if I scroll down, that I can get all kinds of different information here. I can get just regular market data, obviously for that ticker, but I could get analytics